to stop through and rock with the show as we be live streaming. Joining me, the infamous Yanni.
The infamous Yanni checking in, Joe. Oh, my goodness. It's been so long since I've done this. I don't even think I remember how to do it anymore. It's crazy.
You know, it's funny because we don't live stream as much as we would like to, especially here on YouTube. We're trying to do these maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. And, you know, we do things on Twitch. We do things on Twitch. I don't know if that came out correctly. Probably things you shouldn't say in prison. But what I'm trying to say is anytime that you do this, it is going to be a little bit of a nerve-wracking experience knowing that you're live.
Well, and that's the other thing. I mean, Twitch was like an everyday thing for us. And because we've been so busy, or I mean, because Joe's been busy, of course, I've been locked in the basement, but because these guys have been so busy, there hasn't been a Twitch stream sort of to fall back on. And that it's kind of like, you know, perfect practice makes perfect performance.
Or, yeah, performance.
They say, I don't.
And you know, it's crazy. I saw a comment right there. People were asking, where has Yanni been at? And Yanni definitely has still been around. I know you haven't seen him too much in the videos. I can promise you, you will definitely be seeing him in today's video. But don't get me wrong. I mean, even though Yanni hasn't been in as many videos, believe when I tell you he's definitely putting in a lot of work behind the scenes, helping to further what we're trying to do here with After Prison Show. And I want to say a special thank you to you for all the hard work that you've been putting in. And also to everyone else for taking the time to rock with us on this fine Friday, wherever you may be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my pleasure. I mean, you know, and I think what a lot of people don't really understand is it's very difficult, you know, once you become accustomed to staying in a dog kennel, it's really difficult to sort of get out of the cage, especially if you don't have access to the handle. And Joe is the only one that has access to that handle.
Hold on. Are you saying I've been keeping you locked in the cage? Yanni, we said we weren't going to talk about this on the live stream. I'm totally kidding.
Joseph, you have not kept me locked in a cage.
Shout out to Steen right there saying what's happening, guys. So excited to see Dave back. Yes, Lil Dave, Free Dave, hashtag Gay Dave. He will be getting released later this month. He will be back as a part of After Prison Show. We've got Cody sitting here in the background as well, holding down the live stream. So special shout out to him. And it will be a hell of an experience once we have the whole gang back together. Sour Milk Baby, shout out to you. I see you right there. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this. We are going to be live streaming for about an hour today. We got some things we want to talk with you guys about, tell you what's been going on, tell you what's coming up, and also pose a couple of questions to you guys, and also possibly answer any questions that you may have. This is the live Q&A, Ask Me Anything, within reason, of course. David Harvey says, I'm a broke boy, or I'd give more, but please try to get Gay Dave a hand job with this $5 when he gets home. Believe when I tell you, Gay Dave is definitely going to be doing pretty well. He always did well with the ladies. And he's going to be all right. We're definitely going to take good care of him when he comes home. He wants to get a massage. We're going to treat him like royalty on day one. And every day after that, he will be a part of this again. So be looking for that coming at the end of the month.
Very exciting stuff. I mean, because no, I got to tell you, like, if people, a number of people in comment sections have asked me over the last couple of months if I know Dave.
And you don't.
I don't. I mean, I've
talked to him on the phone a few times.
A little bit, and yeah. I know tons of people that know Dave.
Right.
And there are, you know, tons of people.
You don't know Dave. Hey, you don't know Dave for real.
Hey, look, man, I ain't really been knowing Dave like that. I mean, Dave be moving. I mean, he's shadowy, man. And the man go from one corner to the next. You know, he's hard to keep up with. Man, Dave moves fast, and I just don't move fast enough to keep up with him. But, you know, if I can sort of maintain my freedom for the next, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks.
Wow, what? Anyways, yes, of course, Dave will be a part of this, and we've got the gang back together. Yanni, of course, Cody as well. We're working on some huge things here with After Prison Show, the things that don't really make the videos, the hard work that goes into this on a daily basis with the phone calls. Yanni is constantly on the phone with all sorts of different things that we are trying to be incorporating moving forward with After Prison Show, which kind of brings us to a topic that I want to address with you guys, which is content that we have moving forward in future endeavors for After Prison Show. One of which being speaking engagements for the youth. Because that's something that we want to be able to get out there and do in the local community. Be able to talk to these young kids. A lot of them who already rock with After Prison Show. Maybe those that don't know about After Prison Show. But more importantly, kids who might be going down a troubling path. High-risk youth. High-risk youth. Thank God I've got this little spit screen right here. But really try to, like, tell the story of what all of us have been through in an effort to maybe try to reach some of these young people and prevent them from going down a similar path.
Yeah, inspiration, instruction, and insurance. Then, you know, those are the 3 I's I've always said. I mean, that's what it's all about. But
all 3 of those I's are new to me.
Well,
except for inspiration.
What about these two eyes for you, Joe? Hey. Speaking of which, have you had any opportunity to look at that absolutely revolting? I'm not even gonna throw its name out there. I'm not gonna give it any damn credit, even though I'm looking at the one singularly responsible for this abomination. Do you know what I'm talking about, Joe? This sort of like internet meme that includes me, you, and Mr. Gay Dave himself.
Oh yeah, the video that Cody put together
Quite
about
possibly the gayest thing I've ever seen.
The video that
life.
Cody put together about the three of us. It was a quite a crazy video. If you guys haven't seen it, it was on Twitter. It is on Cody's YouTube channel. You guys got to check it out. It's pretty crazy. It's really suspect. But shout out to Cody again for all the hard work that he's putting in. Cyberloafing, I see you right there. Thank you so much for the support.
I see you, boy.
But yes, like we were just saying, Yanni's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, getting in contact with people, lining up content, really just being a strong foundation behind After Prison Show, behind the scenes. And today, in today's crazy video, this is pretty much Yanni out there in the field bringing you guys one hell of a story. And wait until you guys see it. I mean, it is crazy. That's the best way I could put it. DM Adila, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. What if I'm not a racist and I don't want to join a racial segregation and I don't want to join racial segregation in prison? What would happen? Look, you don't have to be a racist in prison. Yes, at a lot of prisons, gangs are a part of that type of a life. It's an unfortunate situation. But I've seen guys who don't rock with a gang. They're not a part of a gang. I mean, I wasn't a part of a gang. Yanni wasn't a part of a gang.
No.
As long as you can find your lane, stay in your lane, be out of the way. In some cases, that's going to work out for you. In others, you're definitely going to have to fight. And I mean, fighting is a part of prison. At some point in the time that you serve, you will have to fight and show that you will go for yours. And if you don't do that, well, that's going to cause more problems than you not even really rocking with a gang. Samoa Vincent, Cody, can I get that one back? I missed that. Jersey B says, APS about to explode. Thank you so much, Jersey. Major supporter. It means a lot. Cody's working to try to get this question back up for us right now. And again, just let me say, thank you guys so much for rocking with us on this Friday. Please smash that like button if you haven't done so to show your support for After Prison Show. It would mean the world to all of us sitting right here, right now. But again, Yanni, today's your big debut, brother. I mean, this video has a lot to do with you because you captured this. We're going to get to that in a second. YouTube says, guys, I need some advice. My friend just came home from prison after 2 years, hasn't really adjusted to the outside world. He's been more aggressive, more short-tempered, and very sensitive to certain things. What can I do to help? Better tell him, hey, look, you better figure it out, man. You only did 2 years, man. Get your stuff together before you end up going right back. Sometimes you gotta treat things with tough love. And I mean, that's the best kind of love you can give certain people. Samoa Vincent, shout out to you. I'm missing the comment right there, but thank you so much for that. Nothing here, shout out to you as well. Junior Hilt says, shout out to Joe, Yanni, and APS for life, and also to Cody. Shout out to Cody for holding things down in the background.
It doesn't say that, Joe. It just says you, Joe and Yanni. It doesn't say a damn thing about Cody.
I had to incorporate Cody. I didn't want to leave him out, man. Mr. Claus says, touch up 2 times Tommy. We need to bring back the touch up 2 times Tommy a little bit.
A little bit. Did you see how young you looked in that picture? That little gif
video
right there?
That video was from 2 years ago. It's crazy. But yeah. So anyways, let me go ahead and talk just a little bit about today's video. We wanted to live stream before this because, again, this is a crazy video. We're bringing back somebody that you guys know very well here on After Prison Show, and what this person is up to right now, it's probably not going to surprise you. However, it is very freaking interesting. That's the best way I could put it. And a special shout out to Yanni for going out there, capturing this, you know, really taking the time and investing the time and energy needed to bring this video to After Prison Show to all of you. And I truly hope this is something you enjoy, no matter how you'll feel about this situation. A lot of you will be angry about this situation, what you will see in this video. But there are some very valid points that I raised, that Yanni raises as well in this video. So I do hope you guys will take the time of day to at least check it out. And I already know the comment section, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah, you know, and I also want to say this to sort of qualify your viewing of this segment with a little bit of a PSA, and it's this. You know, you might hear me say a few things on the video which may seem a little less than objective, a little more subjective and sort of supporting. And you have to understand that in order for me to capture this person in this particular position, you know, I needed to have a certain attitude. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that. to preface the video.
Right.
And it was a really interesting opportunity to go ahead and catch someone in their element. We haven't probably done a lot of that sort of stuff. We definitely did Life of a Drug Addict.
Yeah.
That was one of those. We've done a few, certainly Shiflet was another one.
Yeah, yeah. But, and again, you know, Yanni was just capturing this as basically the reporter. Samoa Vincent asked the favorite color. My favorite color is blue, like my eyes. Yanni, what's your favorite color?
You know, I'd like to make something up different. It's also blue. It just, yeah.
Just below rock bottom, shout out to you. Hey, Joe, would love to chat with you. I would love to chat with you as well. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. But again, Yanni's bringing this video to us, you know, he's just going out there capturing it. It's the best I can say. And what you guys are going to see today, I mean, look, this is After Prison Show. I need to address a situation too as well. And that is, you know, people say that sometimes we glorify the negativity. Well, we're not glorifying negativity. We're showing you life as real as it gets. And that's the one thing that, you know, After Prison Show prides itself on, is keeping shit real. Junior Hilt says, shout out to Cody as well. LOL. Sorry, Cody. See, I knew he meant to put him in there. Kevin Freeman says, I'm 20 years old, just got out in August, and since then, you guys have helped me a lot. Thanks, Joe. Kevin, shout out to you, brother. Congratulations on being home, and it's good to hear that you seem to be doing really well out there, man. So that's a really awesome thing. Giant Midget, crazy username right there, Super Contradiction. We actually have a contradiction video that we were working on yesterday, as a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, that's exactly what we were talking about yesterday. Wow, that's what do you got? You a fly on the wall? You got some security cameras up in here? You a stalker? I mean, Joe, we might have to do something here.
He's a mind reader for sure, though.
Oh,
Tim Smith, hope all is well with y'all. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you so much for being here, and to everybody else. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this thing. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of behind the scenes. I really wasn't going to get into this, but let me just give you guys a little quick rundown of what today was like for After Prison Show. We actually vlogged a little bit of this as well. But today I had to go deal with the taxes for After Prison Show. And, you know, for those of you who may think certain things about YouTube and how all of this shit works, I got to assure you, this is an absolute business that I run. After Prison Show is an LLC. And this stuff is as serious as it gets. You know, I've got Cody back. I've got Yanni here. I've got employees. Dave's going to be an employee as well. And my God, you know, learning about how to run a business, especially when it comes to the taxes, it's a pretty crazy situation. With all of that being said, I'm going to be showcasing you guys a little bit of that through a vlog, possibly coming real soon. Because I want to show you, you know, just because you come home and you want to succeed, and maybe you do even succeed a little bit, it is very easy in so many different regards for that stuff to get messed up. In taxes and not paying those taxes, I'm not saying I haven't been paying my taxes. I'm paying my taxes. But, you know, say, for example, you don't, you're going to prison. I mean, it's as simple as that. Hashtag One Gamer King, APS for life. We all love you and your channel. Shout out to you, brother. It really means a lot. I'm sorry I missed that last comment. Cody, if you could bring that back for me, I would greatly appreciate that. So that's what we were doing. Today we had to go deal with taxes. I had to go get my business license renewed. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, not to mention, you know, trying to film, trying to edit. It is a full-time 24/7 operation that we're running here with the After Prison Show. And when Dave comes home, this thing is only going to get intensified even bigger, because I've got plans for Twitch with these guys, Yanni, Dave. Things are about to get pretty crazy.
Joe, just be honest. You know that as soon as Dave gets here, I'm out the door.
I mean, me and you actually had this conversation this morning. We've had this conversation a number of times because and let's just keep it real. You know, you are concerned about that. And I try to reassure you every chance I get. You know, you bring what you bring to the table. Cody brings what he brings to the table. And Dave's going to bring what he brings to the table, you know? And then I bring what I bring to the table.
Joe brings the table.
I bring the table. I guess that's what it is. But, you know, all of these guys are super valuable, super important. And I owe so much just thanks to you guys, and also to everybody else who's sitting here rocking with this channel. So many of you people have been rocking with After Prison Show for so long. And, you know, if you have been rocking with us for so long, you know that we've gone through some ups, we've gone through some downs. And I'm going to tell you, like a big time YouTuber told me when I first started to blow up, man, YouTube is a roller coaster. There's a lot of ups and there's even more downs. And, you know, you just got to maintain through the good and the bad and just keep pressing forward. And that's what we've done here with the After Prison Show. No matter what kind of content we're bringing to you guys, whether we're live streaming, whether we're here, whether we're on Twitch, whether it's an interview, whether it's a cooking video, we're going to continue to do this. And that's what it is. I'm also getting ready to start a new business.
And boy, it's probably the most revolutionary, exciting idea. And you guys have no idea. I mean, over the 6-7 years that I've known Joe, boy, I mean, the ideas are fast and furious. And I'm no slouch myself. I mean, if there's somebody,
you do bring a lot of ideas to the table.
If there's somebody that has some harebrained schemes, buddy, this guy. Excuse me for a second.
Mr. Claus, shout out to you. Had to donate 2 times for touch him 2 times, Tommy. Not 1 time, not 3 times, but touch him 2 times, Tommy. You know, even every once in a while. How did I say that? This is how unscripted this stuff is because, you know, we forget about it, but it's like even a trash can gets a steak every once in a while, Mrs. Barbara Walters.
You worked on that for months.
Willie, shout out to you for Dave when he comes home. Love the vids. Keep it up. Stay strong, Dave. Yes, he will be home on the 26th, I do believe it is. It's only a couple of...
Possibly sooner, though, right? I mean, that's a distinct, or no?
No, I talked to Dave this morning because there was a little stipulation. There was a little... unclarity as to whether or not he would get out a little bit earlier than that, but he confirmed this morning that, you know, it is pretty short.
That is in fact his release date. Okay.
Yeah. So he called me this morning. We had so much stuff going on, but you know, up until he gets released and even after he gets released, I'm going to be bringing you guys the updates. And on his release, I promise you guys, we are going to do something huge for Dave. You know, I would like you guys to comment in the comment section. Let us know, you know, how do we show Dave a good time on his first day home? What do you think we should really do for his first day home? Let me know what you guys think we should do. Should we tase him? Should we do something crazy? I don't know. You guys.
I think at the very least, considering what you had to do to, you know, sort of accelerate the process of getting the GoFundMe money. Go.
All right. Afka says, I am gay. If I am gay and I go to prison, should I hide the fact from my boyfriend and lie about it? You know, I can't honestly answer that question. I don't know. You're talking about having a relationship and getting locked up no matter whether you're gay or straight. Let me tell you like this. My biggest motivation is to not get locked up. My fiance tells me all the time, go get locked up if you want to. I ain't going to be there. What you mean you ain't going to be there? She tells me, she's like, I'll be gone. Cyberloaf and I have 500 days clean and I'm in drug court, did a 7-month run in jail. Shout out to you, brother, for being clean for as long as you have been. 500 days clean. That's almost 2 years right there. RG, sorry I can't pronounce the rest of your name. Do you guys have any merch available? We're working on some new merch right now. I promise you guys by the end of this month and probably sooner than that, we will have merch launched. We're working on some big things behind the scene in relation to that. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll definitely let you know when we do have some merch. But yeah, that's what we got going on. But yeah, it's crazy to think about that, you know. I remember when I was younger, right? Hold on. D. Amadila. I'm sorry I mispronounced that again. Can we start a GoFundMe to get Yanni a tanning session? You know, I'm going to be completely honest with you. The last GoFundMe situation that we just went through, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. No homo. You know what I mean? It really left a bad taste in my mouth and a big dent in my bank account. So, I don't know. If Yanni needs a tan, we'll get Yanni tan. We'll get him super baked. We'll get him. And I don't mean that like getting high or nothing. But, Sour Milk Baby says, dude, there was a prison riot by me in Minnesota last week. We were just talking about that, me and Yanni wore. The sirens were unicorn loud. Did you ever see a riot? I've seen situations that have been close to riots. I've never been in an actual prison riot. I mean, they don't happen as often as you would think. You will definitely see large groups of people fighting. I've been a part of that, seeing that, and I've seen right on the verge of a prison riot. That's the closest I've ever seen. Yanni, have you ever been in a part of a riot?
I've been in a it wasn't a excuse me, it was a sit down where everyone sit down. They did not go to work because they were taking tobacco out of the Georgia State prison system, and ultimately they did put a stay of 2 years on the removal of tobacco from the system.
So yeah, and that could have potentially led to a riot. When they stopped smoking in the prisons, because they've pretty much done away with smoking in, I think, almost every prison in the United States. You want to talk about some rioting? There was definitely some going on with that. Mr. Pyro, shout out to you as well. Winter, shout out to you, saying at Dave. Tim Smith, throwback when you bounced from motel to motel. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Damn. It's crazy just to think how far things have materialized.
It's kind of come full circle. You know, I've gone from being a business owner. You were bouncing around from motel to motel when I was a business owner, and now you're the business owner and I'm bouncing around from motel to motel. So, I mean, you know, the more things change, the more things stay the same. It's just...
And, you know, that's something we haven't even really had a chance to get into is Yanni's living situation. We're going to be bringing that to you guys real soon because there's a lot of things we never even got a chance to address. You know, when Yanni came clean and admitted that, you know, he relapsed, This caused a lot of things to happen, and I think next week we're gonna do a video where we actually just talk about everything that's transpired from probation, because you've had some crazy shit happen with probation and also with his living situation. So we're gonna take some time next week and really address this situation with you guys, because look, you know, when you make mistakes, there's going to be things that transpire because of those mistakes. And Yanni's doing everything in his power right now to right the wrongs that he's done. He knows what he did. He knows what he needs to avoid. And he's been taking all of the necessary steps he can to avoid that type of situation.
The other thing is when you make mistakes and you tell everyone on the internet about them and then attach your real name to it, then that's a whole nother ball game.
I've been there myself, you know, not like admitting to a relapse, because I haven't, but you know, when we were doing the tattoo videos, and somebody called my probation officer and tried to get me locked up for that. That was a crazy situation. Kevin Freeman, shout out to you. Yanni smells funny. Don't even engage it, Yanni. I know they're trying to bait car you, man. He doesn't smell funny. I'm sitting right next to him. I'm actually the one that just farted. So if you're smelling anything, it's me. Cody's even laughing at that one. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Actually, we won't. We've only got about 30 minutes until this crazy video comes up. And again, please just let me say thank you guys so much for being a part of these. If you do enjoy the live stream, seeing things, well, live, you know, please smash that like button for After Prison Show. And we'll do these probably like once every 2 weeks, maybe like once a month. Pav YouTube, shout out to you again, man. Infamous, I see you right there. Howdy to you as well. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to another topic. And real quick, again, keep in mind, Dave comes home at the end of the month. We need to know something. Maybe we'll have a contest. We'll like put a poll out there on Twitter of what people think we should do with Dave. We'll give him some options, and then like whichever
his
one
first
wins.
video or the day he gets out of jail.
First video, first day, something to do with him on the first day. Mr. Pyro, what games you got for PS4? I've got every single game that there is. Currently waiting on A Way Out, and by the time that game comes out, Dave will be home. And
absolutely not. Don't even now. Look, I'm gonna interrupt you. There is no way in hell that Dave gets to get out and play co-op with Joe.
No,
on
you're gonna
PS4.
do it too.
I'm doing that.
I mean, you didn't even let me finish. No. You didn't even let me finish. I was about to say maybe it'll be Yanni and Dave playing the game. It'll be all of us. We could all play it. It'll be Yanni and Dave versus me and Cody. A Way Out. A super, I don't know, crazy something. American Phoenix, shout out to you right there. But yeah. I be loving me some video games. Amy Gray, shout out to you. Thank you so much. I'm going to read some more of these things. We're going to move on. Again, you guys let me know something we should do with Dave when he comes home. Again, possibly we'll make a little Twitter poll, and we'll pose a couple of ideas, something crazy. You know, we really got to do something crazy, like make Dave eat like a 9-pound burrito immediately after getting released, because you know what real food's going to do to your stomach.
Okay, look, 9-pound burrito down the hatch, then the tase, then the cattle prod right in the anal cavity.
That's too much. That's just wrong. But no, I don't want to do nothing too crazy.
Bro, listen, Joe, you got maced and tased for this particular situation. I mean, at the very least, you got to give, you know, one good turn deserves another.
No, I didn't get just. Not only did I get maced and tased, the taser, I pretty much chickened out on the taser. I did take the taser like 5 times, but I couldn't take it for very long. The mace. Took the mace. Had no choice. You got to take the mace when it's in your face. There's nothing you can do about it. But let me tell you something. It wasn't the mace. It wasn't the tasing. It was the age restriction they put on that damn live stream that hurt the worst. You know, we told him, look, this is for educational purposes. The point of the live stream we did when we were raising funds for Dave's lawyer was we said, hey, look, this is something that could potentially happen to you while you're locked up. There's a chance you're going to get tased and maced, and I'm about to show you what all that's about to feel like. Steezy Beats says, when's the next Bob Ross live stream? Painting coming. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I ran across a picture that I really wanted to paint. So maybe the next live stream we do will be a Bob Ross After Prison Show meets Bob Ross live stream painting, because we were having a lot of fun doing those last year, Cody. Those were really cool. Jersey B, shout out to you. Nothing here. Was there ever a flu outbreak in prison? I'm not going to answer that question right now because I literally just shot the video for how clean is prison and getting sick in prison. It's a combined video, and I talk about that thing right there. That video will be coming this weekend, so be on the lookout for that.
What was it we had to get emergency shots for? Was it the swine flu?
Well, when the whole compound was on quarantine, you remember that?
Yeah, what was that? What was it for, though? That H1Z1 thing?
There was something that was going around the prison where individual housing units were getting locked down, and our housing unit ended up getting locked down.
Yes, it did.
And they wouldn't tell us what we were locked down for. You just got guys who were in there with you who were on like death's door. They're literally like, and this is the guy that's sleeping right beside you, and you're like, oh, what do you, hey, what do you got, man? We're going to die in prison. That was exactly what I was thinking.
It was, and it was one guy, then it was 2 guys, then it was 5 guys, then it was 10 guys, then it was half the dorm. You know, 50, 40, 50 guys.
Porgy the Pine says, if you were told to eat as many hot dogs as possible, just the wieners, no buns in an hour, and for every one you ate, you got $1,000, but if you threw up, you didn't get anything, how many hot dogs do you think you could eat? You can give me $1,000 for every hot dog?
Yeah, but if you go over the line, it's all coming back. You're not going to get a nickel.
I'm only going to eat 20 hot dogs. That's 20 grand right there.
You got an hour to do it.
I'm going to eat 20 hot dogs in an hour. That's $20,000.
I think I can do 25, 30.
You think? See, that's when you're going to start getting greedy. And you're going to be like, ah, man, I'm at 25. I'm going to eat me another 5.
I mean, I just know what I can eat. Now, hot dogs, don't get any ideas. It's not really my bag, you know?
Your bag?
Yeah, my bag. I mean, my jam, my thing.
Winner, shout out to you. He said you can smell something funny. It's probably my breath as I'm breathing into this microphone. See, this is not a windshield right here. This is actually a breath screen. They actually should have sold these on commissary. Whoa, what you? Hey, yo, let me get that right there. You can talk
Joe,
to me
man,
for
it's
that.
really good to see you, buddy. I mean, man, God, you're looking really great. All right, get away from me.
Deborah MCL says phone cases will be cool merch. Great show. Thanks for your time, Deborah. We've actually been looking at a lot of different merch. I'm going to tell you some things that we're getting ready to do. We're going to do some snapbacks, and we got something that I don't want to give away the goods. Fuck it, it's an After Prison Show calendar. It is coming soon. Wait until you see what December is. My God, the After Prison Show calendar with Touch Him 2 Times Tommy and the Thong. That thong, the thong, thong, thong.
Oh my goodness gracious! I thought that was just
Cody's November. Cody's November.
Is Cody also in a thong?
He's in the bikini. The After Prison Show calendar, it is on the way, y'all. I'll be on the lookout for this thing. Criminal, I like your name, man. Be sure to cook up a big cake in celebration for Dave. Can't wait to see his beautiful face. He will be home soon, man. And I'm telling you, on that day he is released, we're going to be doing some big things with him. We're not going to tase him. We're not going to mace him. We are going to show.
We will, however, gang rape him.
We're going to show him a good time. Jersey B says, I know what I'm doing. What you mean you know what you're doing? What you mean? Jersey's going to be here when Dave gets released. That's going to be crazy. That is going to be crazy. Cheers. Cheers to you. This live stream was actually brought to you. I got to change the subject immediately. This live stream was actually brought to you by Diet Dr. Pepper. It doesn't taste exactly like regular Dr. Pepper. Oh my God, I just remembered something. I got to tell you guys about this. Hey, Craig Kaboom, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. Look, on the vlog that I did when I went to Florida, and you guys can see that guy who's dancing in the video, you probably thought that was funny. It was funny. But this guy was actually, he had been in a car accident when he was 12 years old. He was messed up. But I met him and I met his buddy while I was down there in Florida at this little nightclub when we were out there. And I kept seeing this guy dancing and I was filming him. I included that in the vlog. Well, he was like, he had been in the car accident. He was messed up, but he's still trying to make the most of every day. So I was super inspired by this guy. But his homeboy who was with him, I'm going to keep this real short. His homeboy looked like Lil Sweets from the Dr. Pepper commercial. You know the guy that be riding the little miniature horse around?
It's the sweet one.
Lil Sweets. That's exactly what this guy looked like. Dead Dog Rising, shout out to you. What up, Joe? What up, Yanni? Touch Him 2 Times Tiny Rocks. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for your support. What you need?
Rich
Horn, shout out to you as well, brother.
Yeah.
So I met Little Sweets while I was down in Florida. And again, his homeboy, he was messed up. He was in a car accident. Really awesome guy. Super nice guy. My fiance actually got super pissed off when we met this guy. Not because of him or anything, but this guy was actually going up and talking to this bride that was there. She was in her wedding dress. I guess she got married down there. And he walked up to the girl and he says, hey, you know, I just want to let you know you look very beautiful. And the girl was just like, ew, get away from me. It was kind of a messed up situation. I kind of wanted to punch the bride in the face, just to be honest.
So let me get this straight. So this isn't like a wedding reception or anything. This is just some random woman showing up in a wedding.
her whole wedding party was there. This was like the wedding reception. It was like after the wedding reception.
Okay, and this is at the hotel?
It was like behind the hotel, because at the hotel you got a lot of stuff back there, and then like a hotel over, they had like the livest spot down in Clearwater, a place called Shepherd's. This place was out of control every single night of the week. Crazy Bastard, shout out to you. Sorry, I forgot the message, LOL. Anyways, thanks for everything. Unit 9 watching from the Netherlands. shout out to you, man. That's the kind of support that I'm trying to see right there, man. Guys who are locked up watching the channel, man. I get messages all the time from guys who are locked up. They send me videos. They're like, yo, can you put this on the channel? And sometimes I'm just like, you know, I don't want to get you in no trouble, man. I know you don't care if you get in no trouble, but I ain't trying to see
that reminds me of the person that came at us with the, you know, putting Dave on, getting footage of Dave in Chesapeake City. Anyway.
Right. John Rodriguez still waiting on that, how to make a prison cake out of honey buns with icing. We did do some cookie cakes. We could do some honey bun cakes. We are going to get back to some cooking videos possibly starting next week. We got a big one in store. Actually, we got two big ones. I don't know if we're going to get them both next week, but believe me, we got some amazing content coming for you guys. At least I think it is. And I truly hope you guys will enjoy it as well. Rob, the audio is finally great. Time to work on the set, maybe a prison cell theme. Dave was talking about coming home and building a prison cell, so it could be possible. Big things are happening for After Prison Show. We're going to be mentoring the youth. Joe's going to be out there talking to these little bad kids. I need to know what I need to say to the kids, though. Robert Armstead says, which meals are worse, hospital food or prison chow? You know what? At least hospital food, you got to hope that the only reason it's bad is because it tastes bad. But prison food, not only is it going to taste bad, but it probably is expiration date bad as well.
Yeah, and it's nutritionally bad, expiration date bad. I mean, it's no comparison. Hospital food.
They're not going to feed you anything that will kill you. It might taste like it will, but
it's Ruth's Chris compared to dog shit.
That was a good comparison. Tim Smith, Dave deserves a happy ending massage. Don't tell him it's a happy ending, though. Haha. But what if it's a guy giving him the massage, though? I mean, hey, look, we tried, Dave. We tried to get you the, you know, the happy ending, but we got Tony Robbins over here giving you the massage. For any of you who know who Tony Robbins is, he's a motivational speaker. He's actually inspired my entire life. I just ran across him on Facebook.
Didn't you purchase a pair of his underwear on eBay?
No, Craigslist. I purchased a pair of his used boxers on Craigslist after he gave like a 4-hour seminar telling people how they're going to make $5 million in their lifetime. Tony Robbins.
And they were marketed as the smell of success.
Melissa Pack says, you guys are awesome. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the support, and to everybody else for being a part of this thing. You know, this thing got started off a little rocky. We were both pretty nervous being here in front of the camera, being live again. But things are starting to get, you know, kind of...
Maybe for you. I'm still having big problems.
Anxiety?
Well, no. I mean, there's a different structure, honestly. I mean, you know, and I don't think I'm talking out of school when I say this, but the YouTube live streams are a lot different than the Twitch. So, you know, there's a certain rhythm and cadence that I haven't entirely mastered, and I think this is only my second one, so it's a little different deal.
Well, I want to say this, Yanni. You were definitely holding it down. You're definitely doing very well, and I appreciate you for being patient with this. Because these things can get squirrely. Believe me. If you guys were rocking with that one Twitch stream where Joe had the meltdown, and shit, last year when we were doing these live streams on YouTube, I was having a couple of meltdowns too. Kevin Friedman says, I want to see Cody. Cody, come over here and show your face, man. The folks, they want to see you, brother. If you can walk around the broken glass down here.
He looks so excited. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen a dog get a haircut? That's what Cody looks like.
I'm gonna get on this Beyond Scared Straight thing in 1 second. We got Cody jumping into the screen right now. Much love to Cody.
It's been a while. I don't ever really come on here.
Well, you are definitely behind the scenes helping out like always, man.
I can't imagine why. Cody, would you like to pull up a chair and a microphone? Come on.
We got to get another mic. We're gonna need to get another mic. But again, special shout out to Cody for being just so much of a big help behind the scenes. He helps me in a lot of ways. And when he left, I cried for days. I truly did. But now he's back, and I ain't letting him go no more, even if we got to kidnap him. So he's going to be here. Cyber Loafin, I can't get my friend to stop shooting H. What do I do? You better find him some rehab, or if he better find it for himself, because just because you want somebody to quit don't mean that they're going to quit. A person has to reach that point in their life when they know enough is enough. The unfortunate situation is, for some, they don't ever reach that point, though. Some people will spend their entire lives just doing the same thing over.
Why are you looking at me when you're saying that?
I was looking for your opinion.
Oh, my opinion. He won't stop shooting H. I mean, I don't know. The first step, it would be to find a replacement, and that's going to be in the form of Suboxone or methadone. Very few people are going to be able to quit shooting heroin on a regular basis just because of the pain of the withdrawal, and you know, they need some sort of, like, you know, a monitored landing system. And I think that either methadone or Suboxone, I'm actually a big believer in methadone. I think that Suboxone, people end up becoming Suboxone dealers. Methadone is administered under supervision, so I think that that's a better route to take, but your mileage may vary.
And real quick, let me address a couple of things that I missed. Lottie Dottie says Wednesday's release date. That is on the 26th of this month. We're going to talk about the Beyond Scared Straight program that Tom was mentioning just a minute ago. Cyanide cookies, Cody for November wearing nothing but auto-tunes. That's pretty good.
That would be great, like an auto-tunes bikini.
Yeah. But anyways, we were asked about the Beyond Scared Straight programs. What do I think about it? Funny damn thing about it is, I've said this to you guys before, I've been in the jail when they're filming Beyond Scared Straight. I don't know that it really works because these kids, they see the TV show. They know that these prisoners aren't going to put their hands on them. We actually want to do a parody Beyond Scared Straight where we take the kids to the prison and the kids scare straight the prisoners. Man, look at you prisoners sitting in these cells like this, thinking y'all some, give me them flip-flops off your feet right there. Can you imagine a bunch of 5-year-olds going into a prison doing this? It would be out of control. Penis and balls bouncing off the floor. My God, that's a classic video right there. Shout out to you. Noku, shout out to you for the local support. I see you right there, brother. Shout out to Norfolk. We were just out in Norfolk a couple of days ago, me and Cody wore. We need to do a fan meetup. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. When I was down in Clearwater, I didn't realize there was so much Florida love for After Prison Show. I fucking dropped the ball on that one, y'all. But I'm going back to Florida. I'm going back there in June. So when I go back, we're going to do a fan meetup, and we need to do one locally, too. I think that would be pretty cool.
Well, you know, Joe, I want to say it's the 3rd or 4th largest state in the United States. So, I mean, Florida does have a lot of tug, you know, when it comes to the fan base. And what better 2 things to do than enjoy some fun, some sun, and some APS? I mean, I know that's 3 things, but who's counting? Only touch them 2 times, Tommy, but that's a whole other thing.
Lauren, shout out to you right there. Thank you so much for the support. To everyone else, I mean, it just means the world to me having you guys here. Again, we've got about 15 minutes until this, no, about 25 minutes until this video goes up. And again, this video, it's crazy. This is Yanni out in the field. Yanni's bringing you guys this story. I have a little bit of say at the beginning and at the end of this video, but really, you know, this was to Yanni's discretion. And Yanni captured some really compelling footage and also one hell of a story. So I got to give a special shout out to Yanni for bringing this to After Prison Show. Hey, shout out to Lockdown right there. Shout out to the competition right there. Me and this guy just had a fucking major conversation the other day. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say about that, man. This guy's doing prison content as well. I'm sure you guys have seen his channel too. So
why is it orange? I noticed everyone else is green, but he's orange.
Because he just dropped a double on APS right now.
I mean, what better way to enter someone's good graces than to drop an old,
especially when you had to go
Andrew Jackson on your head, huh?
Especially when you had to go deal with taxes. But look, I'm going to be completely honest. I want to address this situation right now. We're going to do it on the live stream. I had some apprehensions about even doing the live stream because I knew this topic was going to come up about this other YouTube channel. Look, Joe, you got to get civil. So here's the deal. I know this guy Lockdown 23-1. He's a good dude. I met him one night while I was out. He learned about After Prison Show because I told him about it. He's been to prison as well. And you know what? The dude's doing content. I can't do nothing but respect it at this point. You know, I don't want to continue waging wars that are just senseless, to be honest. So shout out to that guy. If you haven't checked out his channel, do so. Because he's pumping out some videos, man.
Yeah, he cranks out 3 or 4 videos a day. I mean, you know, if you want a lot of content, boy, that is the place to be.
Yeah, so
I mean, no question about it.
Lockdown, you're all right in my book, man. I'm gonna leave it with that.
Yeah, and I don't know him. I've never met him. He seems like a nice enough guy. You know, I don't.
No, I met him one night.
I don't think I've ever. Have you ever been locked up with him before?
No, but he's been to a lot of places. So you know, he definitely gives you guys another take on prison-related content. So. Hey, who am I to be stingy or greedy with this thing here? You know, it is YouTube. There's going to be other people who do it. And I'm just glad that it's another local dude who's doing it at least. And he definitely brings a lot to the table as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, and I think the important thing is also, you know, it's what do you really want? Now, you know, for me, I'm always the one to sort of push quality. And I'm not making any sort of remark about his content. But, you know, certainly there is a different level of polish and production quality that goes into this particular show. We have more people, we have more resources, and you know, and this is it. This is what we all do for a living. You know, now that other channel, he has other stuff that he does for a living, and you know, and I think that you know you can
penis and balls bouncing off the floor. Joe, when are you gonna make that video about that South Park Mexican? You promised me a long time ago. You asked me about that video last summer. You've still been asking me about that video. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know what the deal is with this guy. This guy's locked up on some crazy charges. I know a lot of people say he didn't do this. But you know, I really don't know. I don't like talking about things I really don't know too much about. You know, I try to do the research, and that's the most that I can say. If this guy is locked up for something that he didn't do, well then, you know, that's a really fucked up situation. But that's the most that I'm going to say about that. But hey, shout out to you for rocking with us for so long. You definitely have been here since before last summer when we were doing these live streams. So it does mean the world. And again, thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. We got some big videos coming today. Tomorrow, I got a video coming. I think it's about how clean is prison versus getting sick in prison, something along those lines. And then Sunday, I'm going to bring you guys something very special. I'm actually going to bring you a video. It's a story time video of something that just happened a couple of days ago when me and Cody had to go out to go take care of some court-related stuff. And my God, I had a situation occur while I was out there that made me so happy that I decided to change my ways for the better. And I want to share this story with you because this will only further emphasize the point that I try to make. Hey, look, if you're out there and you're doing things that could lead to you getting locked up, you might want to reevaluate everything you're doing before you end up being locked up and, you know, spending some time in prison.
Well, and not only that, but if I remember correctly, I mean, this guy was pretty much putting it on straight blast in a property which is adjacent to a government building, and when in fact it collects government money.
Yeah, so I was in this not this tax office, I was in this debt collection office the other day, and I ran into these two guys who were in there acting the absolute fool. And when you guys see the reenactments that I do, because Yanni didn't understand this at first. I said, Yanni, I'm about to film this video about this debt collection office. He was like, what are you going to talk about with that? And I said, wait until you... So he was sitting back there, and this is something that happens a lot of the times. Yanni actually sits behind the scenes while I'm filming some of these story videos or some of these one-on-one videos, and he offers a lot of insight to these videos. But as he was hearing this, I mean, he was finding it pretty funny.
Now listen, so yeah, I mean, initially I thought, okay, this is another one of Hairbrain Joe's crazy ideas like Doritos and ice cream and beef jerky and all that kind of craziness. That was a killer idea. Yeah. I mean, just like our reality show that we were going to shoot on a fishing boat about a month and a half. Hey, look, man, I should never have let that cat out of the bag.
Nate Looser, shout out to you. Honestly, guys, what do you think of the percent? Is that one day you'll end up back in prison or jail? Thanks for the videos. They helped me get through 3 years of probation. I mean, look, they say it like this. Within 3 years, within 5 years, 65% of everybody, they go back. Those are not made up numbers. Those are actual facts. We're actually going to be addressing some of that moving forward. We're going beyond 3 years and 5 years. We're going to go super early. We're going to go within 3 months. How many people actually make it within 3 months of getting released? You're going to be surprised to see that it's probably only about 50% of those people who aren't locked back up again. So to say, you know, what the percentage is that either of us, any of us could end up locked up, I think there's always going to be a percent no matter what, no matter who you are.
Well, and I still think, and this is a big, you know, I'm a big believer in this for the most part. Excuse me.
Oh, Hot Soup says if somebody offered you $1 million to do their 10-year bid, would you do it?
I thought I read that if someone offered you $1 million to do their 10-year-old.
Nah, because I know what the tax is going to be like on that $1 million. Fuck that. You can keep that $1 million. You can keep that $600,000, which is going to end up being after taxes. I don't want that shit. No. I wouldn't go back to prison for no amount of money. I'm already too old. Yanni's too old. And I'm not saying that to be funny. We're old, man. I'm 30.
Man,
I'm 35.
Hey, look, man, why don't you speak for yourself, man?
I'm 35, and you act like you're about 26.
Man, look here, so. 26. That's actually the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, see, you were surprised. Yeah, I like catching Yanni off guard sometimes. He thinks
God.
I'm going to annihilate him, and I didn't want to do that. I'm actually in a good mood today. I don't know if it's the medication or if it's the fact that the tax office didn't go as bad as it was about to go.
You know, I mean, you know, it's always going to be bad. I mean, if you haven't paid taxes in 10 years, expect the news not to be so good. But when you walk in there with a certain expectation that we've been sort of, oh my God, we've been in this process for what, a month and a half, 6, 7 weeks? It's been a while. Time. And now the chicken comes home to roost. And then initially it lays this egg, which is like blood red. It looks like Satan's asshole. And, you know, and
we got some good news. That's the short of it.
That's the short of it.
But anyways, moving on, we're going to address one last topic as we got about 15 minutes until this video comes up. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. If you think that I repeat myself a lot, I do apologize. But I want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of this live stream. It does mean the world having you guys support with everything that we do here. I want to move on to another topic that I want to get you guys' opinion on this situation. And we're going to keep this thing positive, all right? And what I want to talk about is starting a business after prison. Let's think about if any of you have been locked up. You know, a lot of people get this idea in their head that when they come home from prison, they're going to start a business. Or they don't want to go work for $9 an hour, $8 an hour, $7.50. I mean, whatever. But what are some business ideas that you think that people could start after prison? Now, we've got some friends who've got businesses. For example, there's an individual that we're probably going to be featuring here on After Prison Show. I mean, this guy's got a successful contracting company.
Sure.
But he also just bought a food truck.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, but then you run into a situation where, you know, it sort of takes money to make money. Now
Right.
you're not going to be able to buy a food truck and certainly get it up to, you know, the spec that it needs to be in order to pass a food inspection and get that thing out in the street, unless you have some money or you have some credit. Now that's again, I've been a huge proponent of managing your credit. As soon as you can, get a credit card, and you know we'll sort of, you know, we can fill you in on the rest. But
And you know, take somebody from me, like me, for example, I got no credit. So for me going out here trying to get anything, I mean, it's just not going to happen. But like you say, trying to get a credit card, of course, is important. You might be able to get a small credit card over time, build some credit. But I want to talk about like some business that are not completely far-fetched that people can come home and start. Because one thing that I run across more than anything is people who try to justify why they're not going to make it out here. And a perfect example of that is what we're about to showcase you today in today's video. This is a person who is justifying everything under the sun for why they're going to go about doing things the way that they're doing them. I don't want to go work for somebody making X amount of dollars. Who wants to do that? You know, when I came home from prison, I was making $8 an hour at a temp service, $7.50 at some time, or at certain jobs. And there were days where I was bringing home less than $50 a day, plus they were garnishing my wages. And after those garnishments, I was making $25 a day. I used to have to walk uphill both ways to school in the snow, 15 miles. You remember like old people will say shit like that?
never heard of it.
Well, it kind of,
Yeah, of course,
Joe.
Joe. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, you don't know what it was like in my day. I had to trudge through snow. I had the little show shoes on and had to travel 17 miles up and down a hill and up and down a mountain. And I even had to build a makeshift slide just to slide down right into the first grade class.
You don't know about no struggle for real. Back in my day, we were making a nickel an hour. A nickel an hour.
Back in the day, I had people pop. Oh my God.
You know what I want to say to people like that? Sometimes I'll be like, man, they got smartphones nowadays. They don't nobody care that you was making a nickel an hour. I ain't got no service. They ain't got no Wi-Fi in here. What you mean a nickel an hour? Oh man, that's pretty
Oh my
funny.
goodness gracious.
But I
Yes.
see some comments right here. Somebody was just talking about being a welder. You know, that's a good thing right there. Yeah, okay, welder, blacksmithing, carpentry. Yeah, of course, those are good businesses to get into. There's going to be some competition. I'm actually getting ready to start a new business myself. I'm getting ready to start a cleaning service. It's just something that I'm doing, you know, on the side. But, you know, there's just a lot of things that you can, and even for me doing this isn't something that's easy to do, because with a cleaning service, people want to make sure that you got a clean record walking in their house about to
And
clean
this
your
is a
place.
revolutionary idea. This is actually a mouth cleaning service, and Joe is going to
Make sure that mouth-
He's going to expand the payroll, and he's going to have a couple people on the payroll who actually go into one's home and will manually brush their teeth without them having to even roll out of bed. I mean, can you imagine the value of a service like this? I'm sorry, did I just let the cat out of the bag?
You know, to be honest with you, I don't even brush my teeth as it is. So to think that I could pay somebody to come over and brush my teeth while I'm waking up, that is revolutionary. Revolutionary concept right here on this live stream. But my goal, my hope is that, you know, if we can address this little situation right here, like some ideas that people can do. You can go out there and be mowing people's grass. And as crazy as that sounds, everybody's got a landscape company. What that tells me is, you know, there's plenty of work for somebody to get in doing that type of stuff.
Oh, I mean, it's endless. I mean, whether it's bagging leaves.
Hell, you had a landscaping company.
Well, I had a hardscaping company. I mean, we did
Okay.
not. I mean, you came out and worked with us. We weren't cutting grass. You know, it was a
No.
little different than that. We
You were
doing
planting flowers and shit, so that's landscaping.
Well, that's true. That's true. We did do some of that. We did paving and retaining walls and all that interesting stuff. But yeah, I mean, that took. I mean, I worked in the field for a couple of months. I became a foreman. You know, after that, and then you know, a couple of months after that, I decided to start.
Can we talk about? And I don't want to like let the cat.
I mean, I thought you wanted to talk about small businesses.
I do. I want to talk about when you had your business, because this is kind of funny, and I don't know if you're going to want to talk about this.
What?
But can we talk about what you would do when you didn't know how to do something?
Sure. What are you talking about?
You told me, I was like, well, what happens if you come across something you don't know how to do? And there were things that you didn't know how to do. Like, I remember one time we were doing...
What, I'd watch a YouTube video?
You would watch a YouTube video. Yanni would get these damn jobs like irrigation and shit like that. And he wouldn't have a damn idea how to do this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I would I'd call up a buddy of mine to sort of get an idea of what I would.
So look, we're talking about an irrigation job right here. I mean, how complicated is this really going to be?
I mean, really. I mean, look, we're digging holes, we're laying pipe. I mean, you know the deal. I did this for years in prison. I mean, how hard can it be to translate that skill to the street?
My God,
not grading, that hard.
Well, the grading was pretty crazy.
Oh, the grading. Yeah, I'd never done that.
Grading. You know, when you're doing irrigation, you got to make sure this stuff runs down a slope, okay? I'm out there working with these guys doing this, and we had
the tractors out there, right?
Yeah, nobody knew how to use the tractor. They've got a freaking backhoe out there. They don't know how to use it. I get on the backhoe. I'm like, look, I can drive this thing, and I'm using it just to barely do anything with it, but crazy time.
You know what's funny about that particular job, Joe, is I'm pretty sure that they sent a picture of like a torrential downpour, and there was nothing but like cavernous holes in their yard.
So we did a good job, is what you're saying.
Oh yeah, amazing job, amazing job. I had a hell of a time picking up that check. It was like $17,000.
Really?
Oh yeah. Because I had another person. We were sort of
yeah.
It was like a $35,000 job. I had half. He had the other half, and yeah, ultimately I did get paid, but. You know, I think I was in jail whenever they maybe didn't have their problems. So, you know, c'est la vie.
You know, you start a business, you're going to run into all sorts of things. And it's never going to be as easy as you might once think that it was while you're sitting in a prison cell somewhere dreaming up these crazy ideas. And that's the thing about it is while you're locked up, you'll have these ideas. You'll meet people with these crazy, crazy ideas. And I want to throw in one little thing. It's kind of off topic, but we were just talking about it. Like, even locked up, guys will begin to start trying to do things, whether it's writing books, whether it's doing like art, whatever they might be doing. Sure. You just ran across a story of a guy that wrote a book, got a book deal in prison, and then what happened?
And then they said, well, you know, yeah, you did 11 years in prison now at a rate of, let's see here, $97 a day. It looks like you owe us, I don't know, it works out to be about 73 cents more than the entire amount of profit you made on your book deal. So, yeah, we'll take that. Have a great day. Thanks.
Chris W. says, buy a toothbrush, toothpaste, and look into Bitcoin and trading cryptocurrencies. Thank you for the advice, Chris. I will take that into consideration. Cryptocurrency. There's a lot more things going on out there than just Bitcoin. I saw Dripcoin yesterday. I don't know if that was real or if that was just some hacker site right there.
Now, do you think it would affect you negatively if you went the other round, if you actually looked into Bitcoin and trading cryptocurrencies and then got the toothbrush and the toothpaste? I mean,
I'm still trying to figure out what exactly a toothbrush and toothpaste is.
I think you said that you, yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Something cold. Hey, man, what do you mean laying pipe in prison? Yeah, that probably came out incorrect as a motherfucker. For real. Things you shouldn't say in prison. Hey, are you laying any pipe today?
Yeah, and when you said coming out correctly or incorrectly, I mean, it typically goes in kind of incorrectly. It's kind of like not really...
Well, you know, to be honest with you, if you want to talk about coming out incorrectly, let's talk about this guy over in the UK right now who's gone on day 40-something of his poo strike.
Well, hold on. That's actually still going on.
That's still going on.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe that 46 days. I went on like a 2-day poo strike, and it was everything inside of my internal organ system protested, and it was just the lights were out. It had to happen.
It had to happen.
Don't go chasing waterfalls, Joe.
Jesus, man. Can you imagine 46 days without, or I don't even know what it is. It's 40-something days at this point of not using the restroom. My God, man. That guy's going to need to get surgery to get that up out of him. I mean, that's going to be horrendous right there.
What, to get what up out of him? His small
46
intestines?
46 days worth of doo-doo.
That's what I mean. I mean, his entire...
Yeah, his entire... Yeah. All right, anyways, moving on, man. Moving on. We can't continue talking about this.
I can't believe you made a video about this. I mean, when you told me
it was a good damn video.
I said, I got an idea.
I said, Yanni, I'm going to make a video about pooping in prison. And he said to me, he said, Joe, listen to me. We need to go see the psychiatrist right now because I think you're losing it.
Now, you know what I really said? I said it's about damn time. I've been trying to convince him to get on the proverbial pot for, damn it, 6 months, and he's finally done it.
Well, now,
now I'm jealous.
If we're being completely honest, I mean, when I mentioned that I was doing the video about doo-dooing in prison, Yanni's follow-up to this was, so this means we can actually do the suitcasing video next, right?
It's exactly what I said. That is no BS. That's exactly what I said.
I said, I don't know if we can do the suitcasing video on YouTube. A how-to at that. He wants to do a how-to tutorial on how to keister and suitcase in prison.
Well, I mean, look, it's not as simple as you might think, and most of you probably don't think it's that simple. But there's a very specific strategy, and of course, it depends on
the way you're sitting in your seat talking about this right now, Yanni. I mean, it's making me super uncomfortable. Right now.
Or is it? Or is it making you super comfortable?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing a keystering video. It's probably not going to happen. Look, we got about 5 minutes left. This thing, do not read that name right there. But shout out to you. Thank you so much for that.
That's Niraj Christian.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Niraj Christian. Tell me how close I am to the correct pronunciation.
Oh man, I thought that was one of the, I apologize if for real that is your real name. I truly am sorry for that. I thought that was one of those damn names that got through where people are trying to get us to say crazy things. So I feel like a jackass at this point. We got about 5 minutes until this video goes up. We're going to spend just a little bit of time talking about what you are about to see in this video. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
What happens when a prisoner goes back to what he knows? I mean, this is
an
individual that
going
is
back to your old ways.
A borderline professional at his craft.
Con man.
Con man.
Con man. When you see the beginning of the video, you're going to realize, what the fuck is this? This is nothing but lies right here. And that's what it is. You're going to see this guy out doing what he does. And it's going to make you mad. It's going to probably, you're not going to like it. You're going to find it interesting. I know that much because the way this was captured, Yanni, again, shout out to him.
How bad did I want to push the envelope on this?
You really did. And you really took a lot of measures to really try to get the most that we could with this.
No, I mean, I wanted to make a 90-minute documentary on this field. I mean, I'm still fascinated with it. I'd love to have an APS sponsored.
The one thing that I want to say about this video, and shout out to you, Fact, right there. Thank you so much. But the one thing that I want to say about this is no matter how you feel about what you're about to see, if you're angered by this, leave a comment. I don't care. I know the comment section is going to be a bloodbath. But the one thing I want you to keep in mind is let this motivate you to never have to stoop to this level. I mean, because this is absolutely stooping to.
Yeah. Now I can tell you this. I mean, there is under almost no scenario that my life would sort of unfold in. Can I imagine doing this? There's just no way. I mean, I can imagine doing worse things, I guess, but this particular thing just seems absolutely impossible for me to like wrap my mind around doing.
To stoop to that level.
I just would feel all the way wrong.
But again, it is a very good video. It's somebody that you guys are very familiar with. I'm not going to mention their name because, you know, you probably already have a good idea who it is.
But it is kind of impressive in a way, right? That's where I'm like, it's just so fascinating.
I'm not even impressed by it. I'm just absolutely, I just shake my head that it actually works and that this is what's actually taking place out there. Nate, shout out to you. What's the best way to start learning the editing and make videos the same way that I did? Watching YouTube or finding you somebody like Cody who knows what the hell he's talking about. But I mean, I learned a lot of editing techniques from YouTube, so that's the best way I could tell you right there. That same name that I feel funny trying to pronounce, shout out to you. He says, got it right the first attempt. Sorry, I'm a piece of shit.
That's $4 tip, baby.
You know,
come on.
Look, there were times where we would live stream all the time and people would just leave the craziest usernames. Freaking just stuff that you don't want to be saying. So I do apologize for being anything like that. Chris says real quick, Tree Fitty for more cooking videos. We are bringing cooking videos back starting next week. We're going to do one for sure. We got 2 lined up, but I don't know when they're going to be getting up. What is up with these memes right here? Scott Crum says, how about a Patreon where we contribute $5 a day for APS to Pooh Strike? Keep donating until you would be rich. Hey, I said, that's funny because I said on the last video where I talked about the poo, I said if this video gets 10,000 likes, I won't poo for fucking 60 days.
Actually, I will put that in motion on Patreon as soon as possible because I'm totally down with that. I mean, I'll be monitored 24 hours a day. If that's the kind of transparency
he'll go in the dry cell.
Yeah.
Yanni says he's going in the dry cell. Hey, look, we're going to wrap this up right now because the video is about to be up in literally 1 minute. Thank you guys so much for rocking with this live stream, for all of the love and support. We will be doing these probably twice a month or maybe once a month. Not really sure. We're going to try to be working these out. Look for a lot of awesome content, including this video that's getting ready to get released right now. Again, no matter how you feel about it, whether you view it in a very negative way, which you better, let this motivate you to never have to stoop to this level. This is as real as it gets, and this shit is crazy. If you haven't done so, please smash that like button for these live streams. Let us know that you appreciate these, because we appreciate you guys for being a part of this. And to Yanni, thank you so much for contributing everything that you contribute, not only to this live stream, but also to the to AfterPrisonShow.
And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. And really, without Joe and without the hardcore, the core group of the APS Army, none of this would be possible. So I thank each and every one of you guys and gals. Thank you so much.
Hey, look, we're out of here. And until we do this again next time, I'll see you guys in the comment section of today's video. Go smash that like button on today's video, and I will talk to you guys again real soon. Until next time, peace!